Tennessee Lady Vols opened the season with the one on the road Tuesday night at ETSU, 82-78. Tonight, the home opener as Tennessee takes on Central Arkansas. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to SEC Basketball. Bob Kessling, Madison Blevins here at Thompson-Boling Arena. Kelly Harper makes her debut here at home as the Lady Vol coach. An exciting night for Coach Harper.
Coach Harper is an extremely detail-oriented coach. She knows how to win, and she knows how to win at the University of Tennessee. Harper won 3 straight national titles during her playing days in the Big Orange. So if this young freshman and sophomore-oriented squad can buy into their new head coach, they have a chance to be successful.
But they'll rely on some veteran guards to get them started.
They will. Renaya Davis is one of the most decorative combo guards in the country. She had her 19th career double-double on Tuesday night's season opener, and last season she ranked number 6 on the boards all time for a Lady Vol freshman. That's big because rebounding is so crucial for Tennessee this season. Zay Green will be the point guard you see starting the game tonight for Tennessee. She led Tennessee freshmen in scoring, rebounds, and assists last season. She's a fun player to watch because she has a strong presence on the court. She demands the ball both offensively and defensively, and she's going to be a vocal leader for this young Tennessee squad.
As for Central Arkansas, coming off a tough year last year, they've been a powerhouse in the Southland Conference, but 12-18 last year, trying to do better than that this year. Tennessee gets the opening tap. Tennessee starts the highly regarded freshman Jordan Horston at point guard, and she has the ball now and gives it up to Green. Green will drive into the lane and dumps it off down low, back out. Horston's got an open look.
Knocks it down like it's nothing. Horston will be the next household name for this Tennessee Volunteers program. She was ranked number 2 overall in the 2019 recruiting class.
That's Taylor Sells right there with the ball. Moving against Green and has it taken away. Outlet pass and to the basket. Horston scored the first 5.
Tennessee getting out fast, that's something that Coach Rushing with Central Arkansas said that they can't allow happen. They know that they're not going to be successful if they end up running with Tennessee.
Today in the shoot-around, Coach Rushing also told her team to shoot the ball. Don't spend a lot of time passing it. Take it to the rim just like that as Ayanna Trigg scores.
Tennessee is so long, especially on defense. The longer they hold the ball, the more likelihood of a turnover.
Davis gets it outside. You see Renaya Davis, Horston, because Kiddawa, Brown, and Key in the starting lineup. That shot on the baseline is no good. And the Sugar Bears rush it up to front court. And off transition, there's a 3, no good, but following her shot is Hudspeth, and she puts it in.
Central Arkansas is looking to shoot a lot of threes in tonight's game.
Nobody picks up Green, and she decides to kick it off to Davis, who misses the 3-point shot. And there's that length by Key. Gets it out to Green. You notice there are 2 stripes now on the floor, 3-point line. The closer in is the women's line. They move the men's line back. Top of the key, Brown with 3 seconds. Somebody's got to shoot it. Green will take a long bomb, no good. Brown goes after the rebound, and a foul is going to be called. That foul is going to be on Terry Crawford. Crawford is 6'1" freshman out of Birmingham. They're expecting a lot out of Crawford, too, aren't they, this year?
They are. Coach Rushing said that that's going to be one of their go-to players this season. In high school, she averaged 12.3 points and 6.2 rebounds. She's young. She's a freshman. The game is really quick right now, but get some experience under her belt. She'll be good. That's
a turnover, Tennessee, as Green threw it inside. Key couldn't handle it. And turnovers were a problem the other night at ETSU, and fouls, as Tennessee had to hold off the Bucks to win that game, 82-78. Sells. Top of the key, and a bucket by Trigg. She's got 4 early in the game. And the Sugar Bears lead at 6-5. There's a pass down low, a whistle, and a charging foul is going to be called on Lou Brown. Brown got in traffic.
She did. She didn't face up. Let's watch it right here. She's running fast. Good job by her running the ball, running the floor, but she wasn't squared up. She was off balance, and that was a pretty clean charge.
Sells able to take that charge. Sells is one of their best defensive players. And she has the ball as she brings it up the floor. Sugar Bears have 3 players that are injured, not going tonight. One of their players, Jaleesa Outlaw, is out for the season. But they got a couple of them they hope to get back. Savannah Walker's one of those. Under 10 on the shot clock. Trigg kicks it off. And the shot outside, no good by her sister, Brianna Trigg. Tennessee runs the other way. Green gets it down low and putting it in is Key.
Great job by Key running the floor, not giving up on that play. That's what Tennessee has been needing, is a post player that's going to sprint down the floor from coast to coast.
One-point game. 6.5 to go here in the first quarter. Sells working on Green. Hudspeth baseline. Her shot's blocked by Horston. And then going for the rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Brianna Trigg.
Great job by Tennessee, having numbers, seeing the open pass down low, and then Zay Green not going up with it, being patient, finding her post player, and rewarding her.
.6:24 to go in the first half. And again, Sandra Rushing, who played her college basketball at Alabama, now in her 31st year as a head coach, said they want to push the ball, but they don't want to get in a running game with Tennessee because of the size and the speed. Green. Horston's got another open look. Off to a great start.
From deep, that's exactly what she wants to do. She's a catch and shoot type of player. That was an excellent read by the Tennessee offense to find her wide open.
Shot from the corner by Lange, no good, and now a foul inside. Make that Hudspeth on the missed shot outside. And a foul underneath is going to be called on Brianna Trigg, and that will be her second foul.
Watch how Tennessee is making the extra pass offensively. They're not settling, they're being patient, and that's something that Coach Harper said that they're really going to emphasize early on in this season, is just getting comfortable with each other, making the extra pass and not settling.
Tennessee has a couple of injuries. Jaden McCoy injured her left hand in the game at ETSU, so she's in a brace tonight and she won't go. And they're still waiting on Camera Harris to react from a knee injury. Here's Key inside, just too big and strong.
That's exactly what Key was doing against ETSU too, is staying up high, rebounding the ball, but keeping it high. She doesn't bring it down, because once she brings it down, the defenders are there to take it. She keeps it high and she finishes easy.
Shea Johnson now into the game at point guard, and she has the top of the key against Davis. Lange pulls back, fires a three, no good. And Green's off and running for Tennessee. Brown wearing that brace on that right knee. She missed all of last season with a torn ACL, but she's back, and Key down low scores again. She's a load to handle down low, isn't she?
She's a great inside presence. At 6'5", I mean, she's tall, she's hard to guard.
Had 11 points and 12 rebounds in the opening game against ETSU.
Good job by Tennessee's defense, being patient, playing solid defense.
And there's a foul on Zay Green. Zay Green picks up the foul, and that will be her first. So Tamara Key off to a good start for Tennessee with 6 big points to help the Lady Vols to a lead over Central Arkansas. Kelly Harper in the huddle. Her team leads early against Central Arkansas 14-6. And Kelly Harper, such a tremendous player and leader here at Tennessee during her playing days, and now leading this program as the head coach.
And last season, Harper led Missouri State to a 25-10 record, a Sweet 16 appearance. They ended up losing to Stanford in the Sweet 16. But she's an experienced coach. She knows what it takes to win, and it was fun talking to her at shoot-around today, because you could tell that she was excited to be back on Rocky Top.
KYAL National Coach of the Year, Missouri Valley Coach of the Year. Team made the Sweet 16 last year. And so she now takes over the program from Two Lady Vol legends, really, as she was a player for Pat Summitt. Holly Warlick was an assistant coach. Both their numbers and their names up in the rafters here at Thompson Bowling Arena. And Kelly Jolly, that's what she was as a player, was a perfect fit for Coach Summitt, running that offense and just leading the basketball team along with Shamika Holzclaw.
She was a great leader when she played at Tennessee, and that's what she said she was going to be for this team right away, was a leader. When she was asked in a press conference at the beginning of the season, who's the leader on this team, she said, you're looking at her. I'm the leader, and I'm looking to take over.
Sugar Bears with the ball, Lange. And swings it back out front to Sells. Tennessee's got that length, and Sugar Bears are having problems with that. Lange, top of the key's got a launch at the shot clock buzzer and missed everything. Long rebound, bangs out to midcourt, and it's going to be a shot clock violation as the shot didn't hit the rim.
Central Arkansas is trying to play quick, but they can't play in a hurry.
Jasmine Massengill now on for Tennessee. Kishkitawa is also down low for the Lady Vols. Kishkitawa gets it down on the right block. Makes her way into traffic. He gives it back to Davis. Kishkitawa goes back up with it, missed it. Sells comes out of there with it for the Sugar Bears.
Good job by Zay Green going under that high ball screen. It took away Sells being able to drive in.
In traffic, there's a foul. Good strong move that time, and the foul is going to be on Kishkitawa.
We talk about how Coach Harper is detail-oriented. This is something that she has been working on with them in practices, with her post players just staying up straight, just staying strong, not coming down on that foul, because they need their post players in the entire game.
Terry Crawford at the line for Central Arkansas, freshman out of Birmingham, and she hits the first free throw. Mentioned Jaleesa Outlaw, freshman, is out for the season. Also, Brianna Budget's not playing tonight, and Savannah Walker not here, so they're really short-handed. Only 9 players dressing tonight. 14-8, and now a double dribble on Tennessee.
Yeah, she just got too ahead of herself. Coach Harper said that she's going to rotate three-point guards, Massengill, Horson, and Zay Green. That's who she's looking to run this offense, and that'll come with Massengill just getting more reps.
Key has 8, Horston has 6. Those are the scores so far for Tennessee. Sells, open free throw line, jump shot is good. Sells makes it a 14-10 game. Lady Vols to the bench. Ray Burrell is now in. Kishkitawa kicks it out to Davis. Davis had a shot, didn't take it. Burrell will, and missed it. Sells runs it down and throws it away. There's Brown cutting to the basket and a nice pass.
Great hustle by Tennessee, great ball movement, and great job for Lou Brown not staying on the top of the key, seeing the open back door.
It's the third time that Tennessee and the Sugar Bears have played. Tennessee leads the series 2-0 as Sells hits another one.
Sells leading this offense well. She's their lone senior. She's been with Coach Rushing all 4 years, so she knows this offense, and she has great leadership qualities.
It's a 4-point game, and there's going to be a holding foul on Central Arkansas, and the foul's going to be on Shea Johnson.
Sells coming off that ball screen. Ray Burrell gets wrapped under, and she's able to just make that mid-range jump shot.
Sells with a couple of buckets in this first quarter, which has 2:19 remaining. There's Emily Saunders now into the game, freshman out of Mullins, West Virginia. And also Jessie Rennie, who's a freshman out of Australia and a three-point gunner. She's in the deep corner to the right and has the ball now on the wing. Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter.
We're in the first quarter, and Tennessee has already shown every single player on the bench. Coach Harper is going to play with a lot of players. 5 seconds
in the shot clock. Massengill got to force one up and banks it in.
Nice shot. Way to recognize the shot clock and execute that.
Good results off an awkward looking shot. but had to take with the shot clock going down. Sells. Gets passed down low, and Reddy knocks it away. Good defense, and Tennessee pushes the other way. Massengill lobs it down low because Kittiwah lays it in.
Great look by Massengill and great post position that Kush Kittiwah had. All she had to do was go straight up. Great offensive movement right there.
20-12. Under 90 seconds to go first quarter. Open look on the baseline, and that's drilled by Lange. Lange hits a three. Her dad was a great player at Vanderbilt, SEC Player of the Year back in 2000. See Massengill going to work and a nice assist underneath.
Massengill is such a dual threat point guard because she's constantly looking up. She's searching the floor and she's trying to make those plays.
They're trying to think to figure out if that last shot was a three or a two. Lange, apparently her foot was on the line.
I think there was some miscommunication. It looks like Ray Burrell fouled going down the court. Now they're bringing it back.
I think all the officials are getting together now.
Yeah, they're giving the ball back to the Sugar Bears. Ray Burrell fouled going down the court.
1:12 to go in this first quarter. And there's a drive and an open layup this time. Crawford gets it.
That was a powerful drive. Strong move by Crawford. She brings physicality to this team, Coach Rushing said.
Kush Kittiwah throws it across the lane, and it's intercepted by Lange. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. And the Sugar Bears hanging close to Tennessee in the first quarter here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Johnson swings it off. Free throw line jump shot on the way. Too strong by Crawford. And a rebound goes to Lange. Misses on the baseline. Outlet. 20 seconds to go in the half. Burrell lost it. Lost it driving to the basket. Tried to avoid the charge, and she just lost the handle. Pretty sloppy the last couple of minutes for Tennessee.
Ray Burrell is a quick player. Sometimes it gets ahead of her and the game gets a little too fast. All she needed to do was maybe a Euro step right there, juke out her defender, go up strong, but instead she was out of control.
So Central Arkansas can hold for the last shot here in the first quarter. Down by just 4. Johnson against the zone. Johnson swings it left side and putting it up with the buzzer, and hitting is Dominguez.
What a shot.
Malo Dominguez.
Maybe not the shot they were looking for, but hey, it worked.
So Tennessee jumped out to a 6-point lead, got it all the way up to 8. But the Sugar Bears close on a 6-0 run. And at the end of the first quarter, it's a 2-point game. Tennessee up by 2. Third time that Tennessee and Central Arkansas have played in the last 5 seasons. The 2 previous matchups were blowouts, as Tennessee won in 2015, 102-47, and then in 2017, 77-34. And Sandra Rushing, the coach at Central Arkansas, told us today she just wanted to stay close with Tennessee and make it a game. Well, they've done that here in the first quarter. It's only a 2-point game.
They've come out strong and they've come out quick. They're doing exactly what they worked on in shoot around. They're being patient in this offense. They're making the extra pass, but they're getting quick shots up as well.
And the Sugar Bears will have it to start things here in the second quarter as Shea Johnson brings it up. Tennessee is taller at every position, but the Sugar Bears able to hang in there. There's a shot missed outside by Dominguez, and Green in front court for Tennessee. Horston, nice move, and a floater is good on the baseline. She's smooth, isn't she?
Great job by Horston, recognizing that closeout. They forced her baseline. That's what she likes to do. That's a bread and butter shot for her. Johnson
swinging around to Lange. Lange goes baseline, and her shot's blocked out of bounds by Horston.
Watch this closeout right here. They just force her baseline, wide open in the lane. She just floats it up.
And she avoided the charge. Very nice move by Horston. Here come the Sugar Bears. Strong move to the basket, and a foul is called. Count the basket as Ayanna Trigg gets her 6th point and draws the foul and will go to the line.
Coach Rushing said Ayanna Trigg is just mentally tough. She's brought toughness to this team coming from Shelton State. Just watch how strong she finishes right here in the paint. Over to Mari Key.
Misses the free throw, but an offensive rebound by the Sugar Bears. And Lange from the corner hits a 3. And the Sugar Bears take the lead, 23-22.
Tennessee needs to go back to what they were doing early, getting the ball inside. Look for Tamari Key. Way to draw the foul right there.
As Horston takes it on the baseline and draws the foul. And we'll go to the free throw strike. Foul's going to be called on Lange.
I haven't had the opportunity to see Horston play much since she's a freshman, but just looking at her, she looks like a player that can take over a basketball game.
Got good size at 6'2". They said she grew 6 inches as a freshman in high school. And she hits the free throw. That ties the game at 23. This could give Tennessee the lead back. She played basketball, cross country, softball, and tennis in high school. This is the free throw, but Brown there to get the rebound for Tennessee. Tied at 23. Green sets up and nails it.
Great shot. They worked on her shot a lot this offseason. She was in the gym extra, and Coach Harper said that she's a player that they're looking for to shoot that 3 ball this year.
So that's a 4-point trip for Tennessee. The free throw, then the 3-point shot. Brown's work on the offensive glass, able to get Tennessee an extra possession. Trigg swings it out to Lange, and then good hustle by Horston. She gets the steal to Green. Now to Brown. That's really nice, but Brown can't finish.
Wow, great hustle by Tennessee right there. 4 different players touched the ball, had their hands on loose balls. They're playing so aggressive.
Lange passes up a 3. Sells will bring it back out, slow it down a little bit. Sells going to launch a 3, top of the key, and it's going to bounce around. No good. Offensive rebound, though, again by the Sugar Bears.
Central Arkansas recognizing that Tennessee is going under those ball screens. They're trying to get quick mid-range jump shots up.
Sells gets right around Green, and Key blocks the shot but fouled her. That's the second foul on Tamara Key, and Sells is kind of slow to get up. Tamari Key will head to the bench, and Kushkitwa comes in.
Sells comes off of that ball screen strong. Yeah, and she just takes a hand to the face. That hurts. That's painful right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like eyes are watering a bit there for Taylor Sells. Lone senior on this team out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Missed the last 10 games last year because of an injury. One of the reasons the Sugar Bears really struggled down the stretch. And she hits the free toss. They had 1 double-figure score on the team last year, Camry Orr, and she added 16 points a game. So they've got to figure out where they get those points from.
And I think it's going to be a committee job for Central Arkansas. I don't know if one player is going to take over and have 20 points a night. It looks like it's going to be multiple players just adding 6 to 8 points here and there.
Sells hits the free throw. It's a 1-point game, 26-25. Davis drives top of the key, kicks it out, and Green can't get a shot off. Brown give and go to Davis, and they strip it away and steal it. There's Sells again on the steal. Bounce pass to Johnson, and then she throws it away.
Good look, just got a little too quick. If I'm Sells, I'm going straight up with that ball, trying to draw the foul just like she did the last possession.
Overpassed a little bit, didn't they?
And it just goes back to what Coach Rushing said in shoot-around today. We just want to go up with the ball. We're shooting it right away.
Green's going to launch a three. That's way off the mark. Rebound, though, goes to Horston. Gets it off down low. Kidawah forces it up. No good. On the rebound, Trigg.
I want to see Coach Kidawah square up to the basket and make that shot. She tossed that over her left shoulder. She was off balance.
You didn't collect yourself very well. Walker. Sugar Bears have played under control so far. Johnson in traffic, gives it off to Sells. Shot clock at 5. Sells finds an opening at the free throw line, missed the shot. Green rebounds. And she's off and running. And Davis travels. Tried to square, and she moved the pivot foot.
The Central Arkansas offense is just a pass and cut type of offense. If I'm Tennessee, I'm going to look for them to go into a zone to try and limit all of those cuts. And they're switching screens. They're doing a good job guarding those cuts, but going to a zone, make them shoot outside.
Sandra Rushing, highly successful head coach in her 31st year as a head coach. Had a great run at Delta State. And now she's here at Central Arkansas. She's also at Henderson State, Texas El Paso. She's won every place she's been. Under 6 minutes to go in the half. Walker. Hudspeth from the corner. Missed it short. The ball knocked out of bounds, and it's off the Sugar Bears. Here's Rushing.
Coach Rushing said she's enjoyed coaching at Central Arkansas. They've had a lot of highs and they've had a lot of lows, but she's always had players that want to fight and want to play for her.
See her record at Delta State, 6-time Coach of the Year in that conference. 8 NCAA tournament appearances, 6 Gulf Coast Conference titles. And she's led the Sugar Bears to a couple of NCAA appearances and a couple of conference championships as well. Highly respected in the profession. Green crossover dribble in traffic, kicks it out. Massengill a long three, way off the mark. 1 point game, Tennessee up by 1 with 5:24 to go in the half.
Coach Rushing calling a horns play right here. Look for Sells to come off these high ball screens. Good job by Tennessee guarding those screens. Face-up shot.
Shots off the mark that time by Crawford. Davis to Green on the right wing. Under 5 to go in the half. Green spin move, can't get in. Gives to Davis. She penetrates and missed everything. Lady Vols having a tough shooting half, and Walker got the Crawford got the rebound, but she fell to the floor, and that's a turnover. And so Tennessee will have the ball when we come back with the Lady Vols in a battle. It's a 1 point game. Tennessee up 26-25. Tennessee led at the end of 1, 20-18 now here midway in the second quarter. Lady Vols lead is 1, 26-25. Bob Kessling along with Madison Blevins with you. We talked about some injuries for Central Arkansas, but there you see Zayden McCoy. Jaden was hurt at the end of the ETSU game.
She's a great inside presence to add to this roster, though. Jaden brings a lot of experience coming from the JUCO. She's a redshirt junior, and she's going to be an inside force that Tennessee really relies on once she gets healthy.
She hurt her left hand. She's got a brace on that, and they don't know exactly how long she's going to be out. But there's that brace on the left hand that she hurt at the end of the ETSU game. So Jaden McCoy not going tonight. Inbounds play, and a three-point shot no good on the outside, and a foul is going to be called. Scrambling for the loose ball, and they're going to call that one on Tennessee. Foul is going to be on Rennia Davis. So the Sugar Bears have the ball and a chance to take the lead.
Zay Green pressing full court. It looks like Tennessee is just trying to slow Central Arkansas down a little bit, make them play their game.
Hudspeth with it out front. Shot clock at 5. Gotta go, and missed the shot on the baseline. Sells. Zay Green brings it up. Massengill swings it back out. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Brown gonna launch a 3. That's way off the mark, and a foul. And over the back, Renaya Davis picks up her second.
Looks like Sells was just trying to box Renaya out. Renaya was just trying to get around her. She looped around her is what the ref is saying.
So looks like Davis will sit the last 3:53 of the half. Sells has done a pretty good job controlling the tempo, running the offense for the Sugar Bears. Now there's going to be an offensive foul as Lou Brown draws the foul. As back again was Terry Crawford, and she picks up her second foul. That's the second team foul for the Sugar Bears here in the second quarter.
Let's take a look at this foul right here. Yep, she gets looped around. Lou Brown just stays strong, takes the contact, and forces a turnover.
Horston in traffic, kicks it out. Rennie drives. Massengill. 7 seconds on the shot clock. And now there's a charge on Zay Green, just a little bit out of control, and that's her second foul.
Tennessee is leaving their feet to make passes or to make shots way too many times. They're getting ahead of themselves, and they're calling those charges every time.
7th turnover in the first half for Tennessee. Madison, I got to think, if you're Sandra Rushing and you would have told her she'd be down by 1 with 3 minutes to go here at Thompson Bowling Arena, she might not be happy they don't have the lead, but she'd be very happy her team's giving Tennessee all at once right now.
And I think Coach Rushing had a great game plan coming into this game. She knew what Tennessee was going to do well, knew that they were going to press, they were going to be long, and they're athletic, and she's executed that well.
They had a shoot-around today, and they went hard for an hour. Went over the game plan, and that's not in the game plan as Trigg throws it away. Now it's 7 turnovers for Central Arkansas. Massengill in front court for Tennessee.
Tennessee has a big lineup in right now with Kushkadawa and Brown. They're looking to establish an inside presence.
There's a bad pass inside. And Lou Brown is tied up by Taylor Sells. Alternate possession will stay with Tennessee. Madison, so far not a lot of flow to the Tennessee offense.
I think they need to find a higher sense of urgency.
Brown gets the inbounds. Horston lobs it down low. Kushkadawa got good position and scored. That's Tennessee's big advantage in this game, the size down low with Kian Kushkadawa especially.
Down low and with the guards too, they're so long.
Johnson passed up a shot, gets it down low to Lange. Lange double teamed in trouble, gets a cutter, and Sells lost the handle. Good defense that time by Horston. And again, Tennessee's length really is bothering Central Arkansas. They're going to bother a lot of teams this year with their length.
They will. You can't pass through them. You're going to have to dribble through them. You're going to have to fake a pass to make a pass because they're going to force turnovers with just standing tall, being aggressive, and getting their hands in the passing lanes.
2 minutes to go. Horston. Rennie, good three-point shooter, and nails that one.
Great extra pass, found her wide open. She was set, and Rennie knocked that down.
Lady Vols lead it by 6. There's a forced shot that's off the mark by Kennedy. And Horsted in a hurry. 90 seconds to go in the half. And a bad pass by Rennie trying to get it down to Kishkitawa. So the pass sails, another turnover for Tennessee. That's 8 of them in the first half. And so the Sugar Bears get the ball back. Sells brings it up. She has 6 points here in the first half. Sugar Bears shooting. Johnson out to Sells. Sells drives in traffic and the ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Central Arkansas basketball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Well, they called a foul. Foul is on Horsted. You see the drive, and then Horston got her on the wrist. It'll be Horston's first foul, and will send Taylor Sells to the line. Sells last year shot 48% from the floor and 48% from the free throw stripe. She's got 6 in the first half and misses that. Sells will go again. Coach Rushing says she's got to be more vocal for this team because she'll be the point guard most of the season. Second free throw on the way, and she missed them both. Brown rebounds and gets the ball over to Massengill. Under a minute to go. Ten seconds, pass inside because Kitawa is fouled from behind. That foul's going to be Ayanna Trigg, which will be her first foul. And that's not a shooting foul. Only the third foul of the quarter, which now has 39.7 seconds remaining. Brown on the inbounds. Kitawa gets down low, can't shoot it, throws it away. Dominguez with the turnover, and now the Sugar Bears. A 2-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. Let's see if they want to hold for a last second shot here of the half. Sells. Left side to Lange. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Lange working on Massengill. Crossover dribble knocked away by Horston. Tennessee with 5 seconds in the half. Horston drives in traffic, puts it up in front and scores. Horston, 13 points in the first half. And that gives Tennessee a lead at halftime, 33-26. The freshman from Columbus, Ohio, sparks Tennessee with these 13 points. And Tennessee to the locker room with the lead over the Sugar Bears. Let's go to Madison Blevins with Tennessee coach Kelly Harper.
Jordan Horston leading the way offensively with 11 points. What does she do well within this offense?
Well, she's creative. She can get the ball to the paint. She's shot the ball well. She's found some of her teammates for some easy buckets.
What defensive adjustments do you need to make in the second half?
Well, we got to guard. You know, we started the game guarding probably because we were scoring, so we got to come down here and play off our defense first, make sure we don't have people backing up in the paint, that we're going to get out and pressure them a little bit.
Thanks, Coach.
Tennessee closes the half on a 7-1 run as they lead at halftime by a score of 33-26. Tennessee has the lead at halftime over Central Arkansas during the pregame warm-ups. Another new member of this Lady Vols staff, Jackson Harper. That is Kelly Harper's young son. He was out there doing the warm-ups right along with the Lady Vols. You think he's going to be a basketball player one of these days?
I don't really think he has much of a choice with this coach. His being Coach Harper and her husband's on the staff as well, I think his chances are pretty high that he's going to be a basketball player.
He had the rubber bands around his knees, and he was out there doing all the little line touches and all that stuff. It was really good. Tennessee played really well down the stretch of this game. Tennessee trailed 23-22, and then they ended the half on an 11-2 run to get the lead out to 33-25. So they did some good things down the stretch.
Yeah, and you heard Coach Harper say to me at halftime that they just need to play defense. They don't need to break down. They need to be smart and just play fundamental defense, and that will let their offense flow as well.
And so it was a big first half also for the freshman Jordan Horston, who had 13 points to lead Tennessee. Kelly Harper, since she's been here since the end of last season, she's really been going 100 miles an hour, and I know that this is a job that she told us today she never expected to get, but now she's got it.
Exactly. I asked Coach Harper if this was her dream job, and she said, you know, it's kind of funny because when I was playing here, I always just looked at the job as, oh, that's Coach Summit's, and then it became Holly Warlick. So it was always respected in her book and something that she potentially wanted, but it was never her dream because of the history behind it and the storied program.
And she knows the history, and she really respects the history and wants to get back to Tennessee days of winning national championships and going to the Final Four. Here's a look at Kelly Harper, her first days on the job at Tennessee and the transition to be the Lady Vol head coach.
When we do have a position, we got to back them out. Yes. Look how big they are. Yeah.
Growing up, I can't say that I ever thought I would be coaching at Tennessee. For me, that was Pat Summit's job, and she was going to be there forever.
Good job.
I was about a sophomore in high school and I knew I wanted to go into coaching. I thought that was probably going to be at the high school level. About halfway through my college career, I remember going into Pat's office and saying, hey, I think I want to try this college coaching thing. At that point, I started focusing in on pursuing college as an avenue to be a coach. And obviously, I'm really excited about the position and excited that I'm here. The first day that I was here was a little bit of a blur now that I think back. We had the plane ride, going immediately to campus, meeting about 100 people. It was a really busy day. It was a lot of fun. And then it was great to have my family there. I had quite a bit of family at the press conference, so that was really special for me. Our family is a huge part of what we do, and they're part of this team and this program.
What are your favorite colors?
Orange and white.
Our son was really looking forward to meeting the team. He did not know that he was going to get to meet the team on the first day, and when we told him that, he was elated because in his mind, he's about to meet his big sisters. Kylie is almost 1, and for her, she's going to grow up knowing nothing but Tennessee. When I think about her growing up in my home state, it's pretty special. It really is. When you have people on staff and when you have people to spend a lot of time with, you want to like them. And obviously for me, John is that. He's been so supportive of my career and supportive of this journey that we've been on. If I was telling people about me, I love basketball. I love coaching. I love teaching. I love that part of what we do, of our profession. Love life, so to speak. And you know, I have a lot of faith. I feel like I'm a strong Christian, and I'm a Tennessee girl.
Kelly Harper, what a resume as a player. The one that was 3 straight championships and a second-team All-SEC performer as a player, and was really, I think a lot of people will tell you, the glue as the point guard of those great championship teams for Tennessee.
Well, you look at that, ranked 7th in UT history and career assists. That's something that Tennessee has struggled with a negative turnover to assist ratio. They're bringing in a head coach that is really good at assists, and that's a focus for sure for this Tennessee team.
Of course, legendary story about during the NCAA tournament, she twisted an ankle, and she spent many a night in the training room making sure she got that ankle ready to play in the NCAA tournament game. So Kelly Harper starting her Tennessee career as the coach, and her team at halftime leads Central Arkansas 33-25. Lady Vols pull away late in the half to lead at 33-25 here at halftime. It was a 2-point game after the first quarter, 20-18 Tennessee. Sugar Bears actually took the lead in the second quarter, 23-22, but now Tennessee leads at halftime, 33-25. Bob Kessling back with you here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Tennessee got a good first half from a couple of the new players on this Tennessee team. One of those in the first half was Jordan Horston. She led the way with 13 points to help Tennessee. And Tamari Key also had a big first half for Tennessee as she had 6 points. She got into foul trouble, and so that sent her to the bench. But she was a dominant force for Tennessee in the first half. If you look at also for the Sugar Bears, it was Yana Trigg early in the game. Started them off very well with 6 points. Taylor Sells also had a good first half. Leading the way, she had 6 points and directed the show as they came out and really executed their game plan extremely well and stayed right with Tennessee. And we mentioned the fact Tennessee got down low with Tamari Key, who overpowered the Sugar Bears early with 6 quick points, but then she went to the bench. And then they turned things over, Tennessee did, to their outstanding young guard, Jordan Horston. And she was terrific in the first half with 13 points. She started off with 2 quick 3-pointers in the game and then able to make some key shots in the second half as, again, Tennessee went on that 11-2 run at the end of the half to go on to lead here at halftime over Central Arkansas 33-25. Let's go to Madison Blevins. She's standing by with Coach Sandra Rushing.
Coach, Tennessee out-rebounded your team 18-12 in the first half. How do you handle their size on the glass?
It's hard. You know, we're trying to crash 5 people to the board, send 2 back at different times, and there's just no way they outsize us. That's tough. That's tough.
Defensively, what did you like about your team in the first half?
I loved our effort. I thought we were in great position. We got a couple doubles that we've been working on all week, but we've got to find a way to keep them off the board.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Comments from Sandra Rushing as Tennessee in the first half shoots a 51% from the floor, 14 of 27, and the Sugar Bears were 40% from the floor at 10 of 25. And turnovers for both teams, they each had 9, and those were key stats in the game. The Sugar Bears just 1 of 6 from three-point range. Tennessee was 4 of 10. Tennessee, as you might expect with the height advantage, had the points in the paint edge, 20-8, and Tennessee knew early in the game, Madison, they were going to have that advantage inside, and they took advantage of that until Key got into foul problems.
Team though. That's why Coach Rushing wanted to play Tennessee, wanted to play Texas A&M, because this is a great challenge for them heading into conference play.
Foul problems, 2 for Brianna Trigg and 2 for Terry Crawford for Tennessee, 2 for Davis, 2 for Key, and 2 for Green, and 2 for Burrell. Sugar Bears have it first to start the second half.
Tennessee coming out into a man-to-man. That seems to be the defense they're relying on in this game.
Sells can't get the roll. Key gets the rebound. Green on the outlet. Good pass down low into a double team, though. And Green swings it around left side. Davis now to Key. And to Green in the corner. Brown looks. Lots of time on the shot clock. Down low, Horston, fall away. Good.
Great job by Horston, cutting in, seeing the open lane, squaring up, and taking that fadeaway shot. That's what makes her such a dual threat, is because she's capable of scoring in multiple ways.
Now the lead is 10, and Sandra Rushing takes a quick timeout. And 55 seconds into the third quarter, Rushing wants to change things a bit. It's a 10-point lead now for Tennessee. Tennessee has built the lead to 10 on the strong shooting of freshman Jordan Horston. She had 4 points, but 7 turnovers in the first game Tuesday night. Madison, she's played much better tonight.
Horston likes to push the tempo. She's doing a great job of it in this game. You can tell that she just needed one game to get comfortable playing at the collegiate level, and that's how talented she is. She's just a freshman, but she brings in a lot of experience. Horston was the MVP of the McDonald's All-American game. She was the Gatorade Ohio Player of the Year, so she has a lot of experience she can bring this team.
She's got 15 points to lead all scorers. She's 6 of 6 from the field and 2 of 2 at three-point range. 1 minute in, second half. Shot clock at 5. And there's a traveling violation on Sells. And again, Davis did a nice job of harassing Sells out front, forcing the turnover.
Tennessee doing a much better job with on-the-ball defense in this game. They're showing it really well. They're playing with the bodies in front of them, and they're playing good defense.
Davis, baseline, misses a short jump shot. And Sells off the other way. Crawford.
Central Arkansas needs to establish some sort of inside game. Coach Rushing says that they like to play high-low. They like getting the ball inside, and they haven't done much of that to start the second half.
Crawford strong to the rim, and Key blocks the shot. Boy, Key's got a long reach, doesn't she?
And that's intimidating as a guard to drive into the lane when you see a Tamari Key 6'5" standing there. You've got to give her some type of move. You can't just go up on her because she's going to block that every time.
8 seconds on the clock. Three seconds and a driving left-handed shot. No good this time by Sells.
Good aggressive take by Sells. It just didn't fall.
Horston. Good ball movement, and Green an open three. No good this time. Look at Key go up high to get the rebound. Key gets down low, misses the layup, and the ball knocked out of bounds, and it's off Davis.
Tennessee 4 for 11 from the three-point line in tonight's game. That's something, their outside shooting has been off in the first 3 games, and that's something that they need to establish.
Largest lead of the night for Tennessee, 10 points.
Good ball movement for Central Arkansas. Looks like they're trying to slow it down in the second half a little bit.
There's a launch outside, way off the mark by Sells. And the break, Green kicks it off to the trailer and laying it up, and it is Davis.
And this is the way Tennessee wants to play. They want to play fast. They want to get the ball out to the outlets and down the court. And that's something that Central Arkansas is going to have trouble with in the second half. They look a little fatigued, and they didn't start the second half as strong as they did as the first half.
That's Davis's first basket of the game, and she had missed her first 4 shots. Tennessee leads by 12. Lange launches, no. And Horston runs down the rebound.
And you have to think, if Davis made some of those first half shots, this game would be a much different game.
Brown in transition. Way off the mark. Sells trying to go baseline, and a nice reverse layup is good.
Great move by Sells right there.
And Tennessee the other way beats him back, and Gray scores it.
Tennessee immediately got the ball out of the net. They hit their outside outlets, and Zay Green was gone.
39-27, Tennessee back in front by 12. Zay Green with 5 points. That shot's way off the mark by Hedgepeth, but the rebound is banged around and finally picked up by Trigg.
Tennessee in a 2-3 zone. They're trying to force the Sugar Bears to shoot from the outside.
And they do, but that shot is way off the mark by Hedgepeth. And Davis going for the rebound is going to be fouled by Brianna Trigg. That'll be her 3rd foul. It's Chris Kidawak coming back in for Tennessee. And also, Camera Harris is coming in. Harris has been bothered by a knee injury. You see she's got a little wrap on that right knee. She had a brace on it earlier today. And Kelly Harper told us kind of a game time decision to see if she could go.
She's another player that Tennessee really needs to look to for a strong inside presence, is Kamara Harris.
Yep. Veteran player. She's a senior. And more size for Tennessee with her in the game, 6'3". Davis, step back, baseline, tough shot.
Great shot. It looks like the lid is off the basket for Renaya Davis right now, and you knew that had to change. She's a great shooter. The first half wasn't her best. Tennessee extending this 2-3 zone. They're really trying to force them off the line.
Kennedy misses. Kishkitawa gets the rebound. Davis trying to heat up here in the second half. 5 minutes to go in the third. Pass down low, Harris, and she sticks it in.
Great turnaround jumper with Kamara Harris right there.
Tennessee pulling away, and Central Arkansas asks for a timeout. So Tennessee has jumped out second half. Off to a 10-2 start here in the third quarter, and Renaya Davis heating up as the Lady Vols lead at 43-27. Tennessee's opened up the lead on a 10-2 run to start things here in the third quarter. They lead at 43-27. Bob Kessling and Madison Blevins back with you at Thompson Bowling Arena. And Madison, there are some of the players that Tennessee has to replace this year.
And Tennessee has big shoes to fill in replacing these. Mimi Jackson, Sheridan Green to graduation, Avina Westbrook to UConn, and Collins to Maryland. All very talented players. But Tennessee did a pretty good job replacing them as well.
With Tamari Key, and also there you see Jordan Horston, who has been terrific tonight, and then Jesse Rennie, a good outside shooter. There's the breakdown of the roster: 4 freshmen, 3 sophomores, 3 juniors, 2 seniors.
Tennessee back into man-to-man. They're switching their defensive looks a lot.
Alana Kennedy with a nice drive, her first basket of the night. 14-point Tennessee lead. Horston drops it off inside. Harris saves it to Davis. The ball knocked away and a foul call. Late whistle.
That was just an aggressive foul right there by Renaya Davis. She was going for the ball. I like how aggressive she's playing to start this second half.
Foul is on Shea Johnson. Horston, baseline jumper. That's her first miss of the night. Goes out of bounds off Tennessee, and it'll be Sugar Bears basketball. Sandra Rushing, again, played at Alabama and had a good career there. She was an academic all-SEC performer. Said she learned her hard work. Her dad owned a Christmas tree farm, and she was out there pulling weeds and working hard, planting trees, and she learned how to get a work ethic there. Then it's carried on with her throughout her coaching career. She said she always wanted to be a coach, always loved basketball, and you've got to love it to be a head coach for 31 years. Especially
at the college level. And Coach Rushing told us that she has never even thought about doing anything else besides coaching basketball. When we asked her that, she was like, well, I don't really know what I would do if I didn't coach basketball. So she's just somebody that loves the game and loves being a positive impact on these young ladies.
Last year had the only losing season she's had since she's been at Central Arkansas. They were 12-18 last year, but expecting a bounce back this season. They went to the NCAA tournament twice back-to-back just a couple of years ago.
She said after last season that she wanted players that had the refuse-to-lose mentality. So she went out recruiting and got some hard-fought players.
Sells, throws it away. She thought Domingos was going to go to the corner. There you see her resume. Coach of the Year in the conference in 2017. A couple of conference titles with the Sugar Bears and 2 NCAA tournaments. She's won a lot of games and had a lot of great teams. Some outstanding teams at Delta State. Here's Harris rolling one up and in.
Great move by Harris. She demanded the ball. She was yelling for her teammate to pass it to her. She faced up and went up strong.
(45-29) Tennessee. Sells. Gonna launch. Her foot was on the line. Shot's no good. Battle for the rebounder. Here comes Horston. Leading the break. 3-on-1. Horston will go back up and score.
Great transition ball movement by Tennessee right there. All 3 players sprinted the floor. and Horston was able to finish. They're quick. This Tennessee team is very quick.
Athletic.
And they're athletic, yes. They're constantly moving on and off the ball, which is what you want to see out of if you're a coach.
Sells explodes to the basket. Can't finish over the Tennessee height. But the rebound comes back out to the Sugar Bears. They reset the shot clock, which they should not have done. So it's going to be a shot clock violation.
Great transition ball movement for Tennessee. All three guards sprinting the floor, great communication, and finishing strong. With how quick Tennessee is, they need to rely a lot, very heavily on their transition points.
Tennessee's done a much better job not turning the ball over also here in the second half. In fact, the Lady Vols haven't turned it over at all until then. I jinxed them. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Lange, no good, goes after her own rebound. Beat Massengill to the spot that time.
Central Arkansas with 9 offensive rebounds. They're looking to crash the offensive glass and get those second chance points.
Dominguez can't get that one to go. Another offensive rebound, this time by Trigg.
Great job crashing the glass. They just need to execute those second chance points. That's the way they're going to be able to stay in this ball game. Make Tennessee play long defensive possessions.
And Dominguez hits a three-pointer from the corner. 47-32. One minute to go in the third quarter, and there's a reach-in foul this time. Kennedy picks up her first.
It looks like Tennessee's really looking to go in size, because look at the size difference with Tennessee right now. With Kush Kitawa and Saunders in, they're really out.
And Tennessee's done a good job of playing this quarter without fouling. No fouls on Tennessee. 1 minute to go in the third. Massengill gives to Kush Kitawa. Burrell going to fire from the free throw line and hits her first basket.
Great shot by Ray Burrell. She has a beautiful mid-range jump shot. She's such a long slasher type of player. That's the type of shots you want her taking in this offense. The middle of the lane.
You know, we're talking to Coach Harper today at the shoot-around about the versatility of this team. They can go really big, or they can go kind of, well, we would think it's small playing guards, but their guards are so tall they never really go too small. But you could play 4 guards in a post with this lineup very well and still have a pretty good size advantage on most teams.
And it'd be taller than most other teams' tallest lineups.
So there's a lot of versatility that Coach Harper has that she's still working on right now to see the best combinations. And Madison, it's about who plays well together with each other, right?
You have to find that chemistry, especially with a first-year head coach at this program and with 5 newcomers. Great drive right there by Ray Burrell. She had her eyes on the basket, went up strong. That's what she's going to do well for this Tennessee team.
Burrell just put her head down, went to the rim. Draws the foul and will go to the line.
And Coach Harper told us she's going to play 10 to 12 girls every single game. She wants to rotate a lot of players. She said that she's never been the type of coach that plays one player 33, 34 minutes. She wants to keep fresh legs out there the whole time.
And Burrell airmails the free throw. That foul was on Lange. That'll be a third. 51-32, an impressive third quarter outburst by Tennessee to open up the lead. It was 8 at halftime.
Need a quick basket right here for Central Arkansas. Trying
Burrell
to hold it for the last possession.
Has the ball knocked out of her hands. It's out of bounds with 0.7 seconds to go. It'll be Tennessee ball with 0.7 to go. And they'll enter it, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Dominant third quarter by Tennessee. Ray Burrell came up with some big shots as Tennessee opens up a 51-32 lead going to the fourth. Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central, the SEC Nation traveling pregame show will be in Tuscaloosa for number 2 LSU and number 3 Alabama. Laura, Marty, Marcus, Paul, and Tim break down everything from the gridiron to the grill for Week 11 of the college football season. SEC Nation presented by Regions Bank right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Tennessee, Madison really shot well in that third quarter, 64% from the floor. And
that was the difference in the third quarter, is that shooting percentage. Tennessee had 64.3%, and Central Arkansas just shot 16.7%. Central Arkansas looked to be a little sped up. They weren't being as patient as they were in the first half.
10 minutes left. Key throws it back out front to Rennie, now to Brown. Rennie thought about launching a long three. Massengill in the corner, and that shot's way short by Burrell. Crawford on the rebound.
Tennessee back in a 2-3 zone, extending it.
They can put a long zone out there, can't they? There's a drive and a block by Key as Sells tries to get to the basket. The length is something that a lot of these teams won't be used to going up against Tennessee.
It's intimidating, especially in a zone, because you can't pass through it. You have to dribble through it. You have to get it to the middle, and that's how you break a zone.
9 seconds in the shot clock. Johnson just can't get a shot off, and Massengill blocks it. Then the shot clock buzzer forcing one up that goes out of bounds. Shot clock violation, and another good defensive stand by Tennessee.
Great defense by Tennessee. They play clean, solid defense. Great block by Massengill. She's one of the shortest players on the team, but she's still so long and athletic.
It was 20-18 at the end of the first quarter. And so that means the Sugar Bears have only scored 14 points since then.
Tennessee's doing a good job adjusting to defenses.
Brown takes another charge.
Brown playing aggressive. Most players, when they come out of a whole year of injury, they just out of habit play a little reserved, and she's not doing that. She's being really aggressive. She's forcing charges. She's taking charges.
Now a whistle and a hold inside. Or they said an offensive foul on Key. Tamari Key with her third foul.
But something you don't want if you're Tennessee is for Tamari Key to get in foul trouble. They need her out there on the court.
This Tennessee team trying to get to 2-0 on the season with a big test coming up on Monday night at Notre Dame. Shea Johnson. Dominguez misses. Massengill the rebound, and she's going to be fouled. Foul is on Crawford. Crawford picks up her third. That's a pretty daunting schedule coming up for Tennessee.
If you're a women's basketball fan, you're excited to see Tennessee play UConn. It's been a while since they've played each other. That's a game that any basketball fan is looking forward to see.
And a little bit of controversy going on there as Avina Westbrook transferring from Tennessee to UConn, not eligible yet. There's Key again. What a soft touch.
Great shot by Key. Great drive, baseline drive by Massengill. Key stepping up, filling the lane, and making that shot. With this Tennessee team having 5 newcomers, all of them look like they're playing pretty well together. They have good set chemistry.
Key just stands her ground and blocks the shot. She is so long. I mean, she can control the paint by herself. And she gets down low, misses that shot though, lost it going up, and then she tried to get it back and fouled.
Tennessee just doing a great job this game with ball movement. They're making the extra pass. Massengill drives baseline, doesn't settle for a shot, finds a wide open Tamari Key. This Tennessee team is not settling for good shots, they're settling for great shots. And that has been the difference.
You know, with the penetration that Tennessee can get, and then if Key can hit that 10-foot, 15-foot jump shot, she's going to be a load to handle.
That's such a threat. When you get her off the block and Key is still able to knock down those shots, that's going to be hard to guard, especially in the SEC.
Key comes out with 4 fouls because Kidwa is back in for Tennessee. 7 minutes to go.
Central Arkansas trying to move it around in the zone. They just can't find any open gaps.
Sells in traffic, in trouble, and shot clock violation.
That's a hard defense to see through. There's not many open lanes. Tennessee doing a great job filling the open lanes with their bodies and with their hands. All of them have their hands up, and it's hard to pass through.
Trigg replaces Trigg, the 2 sisters.
They're twins.
Brianna and Ayanna, yeah. 53-32 Tennessee. Renaya Davis thought about it. Green. Baseline shot. Harris way over the mark. And Terry Crawford gets the rebound.
Sells has done a great job managing this offense during this game. It's not an easy thing to do going against this Tennessee defense, but her experience, you can tell, has played a key factor.
Good pass underneath. Trigg goes up and gets fouled, and she'll go to the line because Kidwa picks up the foul. With 6:02 to go in the game. Saturday we'll have another full slate of college football here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Kick off the day at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Arkansas hosting Western Kentucky in Fayetteville. Then it's New Mexico State taking on Ole Miss at Oxford. And all rivals cap it off as Tennessee goes up against Kentucky at 7:30 in Lexington. SEC Saturday night matchup. Central Arkansas keeps it alive after missing a couple of free throws. Sells to the basket. That shot's blocked by Green.
Little excitement, having a little fun right there.
I'll give Sells credit. She keeps taking it at him.
You have to. Sells does a great job just continuing to be aggressive and not letting their size intimidate her.
5 seconds on the shot clock. They're in trouble. There's the steal by Green. Head of the pack and a layup.
Great job by Zay Green anticipating the pass. She telegraphed that. She was in the passing lane. She knocked it with her outside hand. She was able to finish.
Madison, how good can this Tennessee team be defensively, you think?
I think that's the question a lot of people are wondering right now, and especially when you've watched them for a few years. They have so much talent. They're so long, but you know, you see something like that with a big post player bailing out undersized guards. Just stay tall on that.
Here's a steal by Green. That's a good defensive play by the sophomore out of Duncanville, Texas.
If they have all 5 players on defense rotating, filling the gaps, communicating, that's the biggest thing with defense is just communication. They can be a solid defense.
Terry Crawford at the line misses. Sugar Bears just 4 of 10 at the free throw line tonight. And that one's missed. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Central Arkansas. Halfway through the fourth quarter, And the Sugar Bears still haven't scored here. Davis drops it off on a turnover, but it gets right back to Kushkitawa, who lays it up and rolls off. And then they poke it away. Sugar Bears get the turnover. Sells, top of the key. Hudspeth, and that shot's way off the mark.
We saw Hudspeth make a lot of those shots and shoot around, though. Just not able to make them in the game.
Rush that one just a bit. Tennessee controlling this game in the fourth quarter. Lady Vols overpowering Central Arkansas now here in the second half. They've outscored them in the paint 40-12 to build up this 55-32 advantage. What's going on in the SEC, Madison?
The SEC is going to be another talented conference. It's going to make it difficult for Tennessee. South Carolina added the #1 overall recruiting class, but Texas A&M, they have Kennedy Carter, who's the preseason player of the year. It's going to be a challenging conference once again.
And you see Boston gets that triple-double. Tennessee not ranked this year for the first time since the mid-70s. Tennessee tonight, though, has held the Sugar Bears without a point here in the fourth quarter. Davis misses the shot. Sells. Banks that one in. She's got 10 points.
Yep, she's playing good. Davis was a preseason All-SEC second team.
Zay Green.
Other than that, Tennessee didn't have anyone on the preseason list.
And you would think that might be a motivating factor for some of these players like Zay Green. 4 minutes to go. Lange throws it back out front. And a holding foul on Harris.
Right now, if you're Central Arkansas in this offense, you just want to use this to your advantage. Playing Tennessee for the last 3 minutes and 47 seconds, getting better within this offense, trying new things, looking for new shots.
And they're trying to get some injured players back. Savannah Walker and Brianna Budgets. In fact, they were hoping to have maybe Walker back tonight, but that didn't work. But they're, again, this tough schedule. They'll play Texas A&M also. They're just trying to get ready for the Southland Conference schedule that's coming up.
I always respect when coaches around the league just want to play harder competitions in their non-conference, because it doesn't do you any good if you're not facing Tennessee or Texas A&M or South Carolina. It makes it so much easier on you, and you learn so much when you go into your conference play.
We're asking Sandra Rushing today, the coach at Central Arkansas, about any moments that stand out when she was at Alabama playing against Tennessee. She said she was a freshman in the SEC tournament and was scared to death and went out there, and one of the Alabama guards, I think, got in foul trouble, but she went out and played 30 minutes against Tennessee, didn't turn the ball over. And she said that Coach Summitt came up to her after the game and said, "You did really well." And she said she's always remembered that Pat Summitt, because we know how Pat Summitt was about point guards. I mean, she was always tough on point guards. But she said that she's always remembered that, and just that gave her a lot of confidence that she could play basketball. And, of course, Coach Summitt did that for a lot of players.
And I think that that just goes back to what Coach Summitt meant to the game of basketball, especially with women's basketball. You remember compliments from coaches like that.
Horston misses. Horston had a big first half with 15, only 2 points here in the second. That shot's off the mark. Horston, outlet to Green. That shot's no good, and Walker wrestles or Crawford wrestles the ball away. That is the 5th rebound of the night for Crawford, and Sandra Rushing takes a timeout. 2:53 to go in the game, and I guess we can start talking about Monday night's matchup at Notre Dame. Tennessee's going to get a big test going up against the Irish Monday night.
It's the first real challenge Tennessee is going to face all season. It's great for them to face them early, figure out what they need to work on, and utilize that game to their advantage. It's in South Bend. They're not going to have a home crowd in their favor.
And probably sold out and raucous up there. Here's the SEC preseason poll, and you see Tennessee ranked 6th in the preseason. South Carolina again #1, and then Texas A&M. Most people think Texas A&M is going to be really good.
They're long, just like Tennessee, but they're athletic, and they have a special player in Kennedy Carter, who, like I said, was the preseason player of the year. She's a really talented player, and she's quick, mobile, and athletic.
Dynamic. She can get her own shot. Sells has her shot blocked by Massengill, and then the ball bangs off Burrell's knee out of bounds. Sugar Bear scored 7 points in the second quarter, 7 points in the third, and just 2 points so far here in the fourth. Trying to get shots off against this long and athletic Tennessee team's been tough. Dominguez going to bomb away from the corner and misses off the side of the backboard. Rennie, she's got away with a walk and drops it off, and that's a shot too long. Cross-court pass, Massengill, and laying it up and in is Burrell.
I asked Coach Harper at shoot-around what kind of conditioning her team was in right now. And she said, you know, for November, we're in pretty good shape. We're running up and down the floor. And you've seen it this game. They have not stopped running. Even that last possession, they were running up and down the court.
Burrell drives to the basket and scores again. She's had a big second half. 61-34. And Sandra Rushing calls timeout, and you can tell she's still coaching her team.
Burrell's hard to guard because she's so active all over the court. She can score in a variety of different ways. You see her putting it up, and then off the dribble scoring right there. She's a dual threat.
Coach Rushing had talked to her team today about turnovers leading to breakouts, and that's exactly what happened. And that's why Coach Rushing is addressing her team right now about, she's not coaching tonight's game now, she's coaching for games down the road, isn't she?
And learning from this, protecting the ball and limiting your turnovers.
Friday night, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, the SEC Now team will be back to talk about the latest football news around the conference and get you set for Saturday's game. No one covers the SEC like we do. You can also watch it streaming live on the ESPN app. Tennessee on its way to go to 2-0. And then they'll have a couple of days to get ready for the trip up to South Bend. What do you like about Tennessee's performance tonight?
I like that they have 39 rebounds. I would like to see their offensive rebound number going up. They have 11. I would like to see more second chance offensive points for Tennessee, but I like how fast and aggressive they're playing. I feel like they're playing smart. A lot of their turnovers, they have 12. A lot of those turnovers are aggressive turnovers, though. It's like Coach Harper told us and shoot around that. As long as the turnovers are aggressive, she's not going to be too nitpicky on them right now.
Tennessee's only been to the free throw line tonight 3 times. And Johnson loses the handle. Rennie dives in there to tie her up, but the alternate possession keeps the ball with Central Arkansas. Coach Rushing told us today that she knew tonight it was going to be a challenge to score against this long and athletic team, and they got up to a good start. It was 20-18 at the end of the first quarter, but since then points have been really tough to come by. .90 seconds to go. Johnson in trouble.
You can't pick up your dribble against this Tennessee defense.
Lange just has to launch one. That's no good. And Saunders gets the rebound for Tennessee. 1:20 to go.
Good ball movement by Tennessee. They're being patient. 5 seconds to get a shot off.
Massengill loses control of the ball, and Johnson pulls up. Hits. Nice play by Johnson. Her first basket of the night.
Good jump shot. You know, Tennessee's defense has been challenged in ways this game because they're having to play full possessions on defense. They're playing that whole shot clock, which is great experience for them.
There's a lob pass down low to Saunders, and she gets her first 2. And again, that's more size off the bench for Tennessee. She's 6'5", out of Mullins, West Virginia.
Central Arkansas just going to run the clock down right here. They got about 4 seconds difference on the shot clock. Looking for the last shot.
Johnson puts it up, and Saunders had it but lost it out of bounds. Horston leading Tennessee, 17 points in the game. Sells has 10 for the Sugar Bears. That shot's no good, and the rebound controlled by Tennessee. They'll dribble out the clock. And the Lady Vols improved to 2-0 on the season as Kelly Harper wins her Thompson-Boling Arena debut as Tennessee takes it tonight 63-36 over Central Arkansas. Pretty impressive performance by Tennessee. They had the size advantage, the athletic advantage, ability advantage, took advantage of all of those things and really played well defensively.
And Tennessee played smart in this game. They only had 12 turnovers. They had 15 assists. And if you're Coach Harper, you're excited with that number because those turnovers were aggressive turnovers that they did have.
So Tennessee really put the clamps on defensively. It was a 2-point game at the end of one. Tennessee led at halftime 33-25, and then they pull away at the end to win it by a score of 63-36. So for Madison Blevins, I'm Bob Kessling. Again, the final score, Tennessee 63 and Central Arkansas 36. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on the SEC Network, download the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good night from Thompson-Boling Arena.